The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an all-new episode of the podcast that no one listens to. I am your host, Kevin Porter. I welcome you to this podcast. I hope you enjoy your stay while listening to this podcast. I hope you're entertained by this podcast, which that is very, very much going to happen today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special guest on this episode. We have a good friend of mine, Darrin Foglesong, making his return to the podcast that no one listens to. I don't know if he appreciates when I go Foglesong. I can't be the first person that's been like, oh yeah, ninja Foglesong. I don't know, but anyway, Darrin's on the podcast today, and definitely, this was definitely a fun interview. And again, these aren't interviews; these are conversations. But it was a fun one, dude. Every time I record it, I roll back to my old stomping grounds. Because he lives in the same complex where I used to live like 10 years ago, like 5. Well, it's not like 5, but it was like 8 years ago at this point when we moved out. At least we first moved in there in like 07, 08, somewhere in there. So it's been about 10 years. Nonetheless, yeah, dude. So it's cool as shit to always roll over there and kind of like walk through that drive. I was like, oh shit, dude, so many memories. Flooding through me, like walking past my old house and like the parties that we used to have and just the general like debauchery that a 22, 3, 4-year-old was going through at that time. I think I turned like 21 in that house. Yeah, I turned 21 in that fucking house, dude. That was 12 years ago. What the fuck, dude? Oh man. Speaking of turning birthdays, my birthday is this week. Crazy, huh? Crazy how a whole year goes by. I've gone purposely. I made it my mission this year to like I took my birthday off my Facebook profile because I was like, it's not I'd be like, oh look at me, I'm not gonna miss my birthday. Da, 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 da. It's just I don't know. I just think it's kind of douchey. I don't know. This whole like social media thing is just I've been off it lately. I don't know. It's just like I came to terms with this. And I think we talk about it in this interview, but. Again, it's not a fucking interview. It's a fucking conversation. Like Kevin Porter, stupid. But, and I forget my fucking point, guys. That's live fucking podcasting right there. So, this is where like having somebody here be like, oh, Kevin, you were talking about this. You were talking about that. My birthday. Oh yeah, the whole general idea of just like I don't know. I just need to get away from social media. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm taking a break. No, I'm just getting the fuck away from it. Like I'm running. Like I'm literally taking my time away from it. I'm taking the same steps that I took to quitting smoking. I'm like, I'm just gonna, out of sight, out of mind, people. Out of sight, out of mind. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel happier, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel different, really. It's not that, I'm smarter now or some shit, or like, I don't know, I've been reading a little bit more. Like, I picked up my little mini goal moving forward is to definitely try to read more books, which I've have like 4 books that I've started over the past like couple years, I would say. And I just have, I'm at various points within them, and I've just never, had the strength to finish them. Like the only book that I probably have read completely through within and I read it in like a 3-day span when I picked it up, was the NoFX biography. Like I pre-ordered that shit, and as soon as I got that, dude, I read that thing from cover to fucking back within just 2-3 days or some shit. And that was a couple years ago at this point. So I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but we've been utilizing the library a lot, and you can books that are from around the valley, you can have them shipped to your local library and held, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool thing that I think a lot of people still utilize, but I think it's one of those things where it's like why go to a red box when you could just utilize your library and not have to pay for it. You know what I mean? As long as you turn your stuff in on time, you're not paying late charges or anything like that. You're technically not paying anything for it. It's just it's a nice thing that our communities have, or these libraries, and it's just like I said, with the reading thing, and and again, you could just check out digital media as well. You get your books, or you get your movies and your CD. Dude, you do so much. You get on the internet there, dude. Like, you can do anything at the library. It's just such a fucking fun place to go to. In fact, that's where Jessica and the kids are at as I record this opening currently at the moment. But yeah, so long story short, I want to like try to get through all of Hunter S. Thompson's writings, and not necessarily any particular order or anything, but I did start because the only book that I read of his was back in high school, and it was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, that was in my high school library, had a bunch of Hunter S. Thompson, but even then I was losing my interest to read, back as I still read, in high school, because obviously it was required. But at the same time, like, that casual reading was like dwindling away. And like, it's like you've always kind of hold it there. And I always like, that was one thing with my mom. I remember being a kid and my mom, she wouldn't read. Like, she's the one that got me into Stephen King. She had a book collection. At one point she did read, but at some point she just lost the interest. And I don't know if it's just because of TV or, just like life and stuff. Because I get that, now as an adult, because like, it's again, like, you always like, you want to go back and like, yeah, I want to fucking hit that shit and just start reading like books, dude. And it's like, fuck this cell phone, dude. Like, smash this cell phone. Use it, use it for your music, and just use it, for stuff that at least benefits your life, on a daily basis. Like, but yeah, she lost that passion at some point. It's like, I'm not to say that I don't know. It's not even to say that she lost the passion, but she never did it, And it's like, for me, like, I don't know, if it's a really big thing of like, oh, if it's like, well, if it's something you want to do, it's like, well, fucking do it then. Like, what's stopping you? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand circumstance, depending on the project, depending on the situation, obviously you got to get your ducks in a fucking row. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you could achieve your dreams in fucking 24 hours. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, like, you want to fucking, you want to fucking do anything. You just set your mind to it. And, again, I want to read. I want to fucking read more. So then I fucking read then. Like, what the fuck, dude? And so, like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Because, like, with the whole, like, Facebook, social media, and all that bullshit, it's just, I kind of got sick and tired of it. I've always been sick and tired of it. It's just like smoking. It's like when you're a smoker, you're like, at least in my experience when I was a smoker, it was always one of those things like, I need to quit someday. I need to quit someday. I need to quit. But, fuck this. Why am I doing this? What am I doing? It's a waste of time. What am I doing? I'm killing myself. And that's how I kind of feel about cell phones and, like, being addicted to that phone, and, like, just constantly staring at that screen and just constantly focusing on, other, just like, it's like, it's AI, dude. It's artificial intelligence. Like, I don't know, that next wave of whatever evolution that these people are talking about. It's like, this is kind of a very, if you go down that conspiracy road, it's an integral part to that next level of evolution is our cell phones and social media in general. And again, most people are out there like Kevin Porter, government's not paying attention to you, who fucking cares about you? And it's like, again, yeah, I get that, but like, we're recorded at every single level of our lives. I choose to do a podcast and put myself out there, but the government knows me on a whole different level in terms of that, and same with everybody else out there. I mean, they have access to everybody. I mean, they know us on that private fucking level. And it's like, and everybody's like, oh, well, doesn't fucking matter. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't need to pay attention to that. And again, I've kind of over the years, I've given up, like, it's not going to change anything, guys. Unfortunately, you just kind of got to live your life differently. And, I don't know, just not, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I don't even know. The original point is, yeah, I want to read fucking Hunter S. Thompson fucking books and shit. So I got the first, his first actual book is a book about the Hells Angels. And I'm like 75 pages in. I thought it was like a 300-page book, but I checked it today. It was only like 265, which is, I mean, if you round up or whatever. But I mean, nonetheless, like, it's a good solid work. And then I already have his writings from when he was at Rolling Stone back in the 70s, and I think like into the 80s or whatever. So I have those next, and that's going to be my next goal. So yeah, and getting back to the social media, the whole reason I quit, not quit, whatever, dude. Well, Kevin Porter quit social media, print that shit, Fuck, I gotta go post it on social media. Kevin's not gonna see it because he's not on there. But so like, okay, so the whole justification for staying on there for so long, is like, oh, well, we got the podcast, we got this, we have stuff that we got to promote. And, like, it was after, going through that fucking, that pop brownie trip last week where, like, I just, that Sunday, it snapped on me, dude. I was like, what? How many listeners have I ever gained from using social media at this point? At this fucking point of where we are in terms of life and where we are in terms of the podcast. Like, how many people are actually like, oh shit, yeah, the podcast I don't listen to, I should fucking listen to that. It's like, dude, you have so many friends, and it's like, I look at the numbers every week, but she's like, I don't have fucking, every single person on my friends list fucking downloading this fucking episode. And, and again, like, I get that. I'm not asking people to do that, but, but like, okay, so at that point, then what am I benefiting from putting this out there every single week outside of people who are like, yeah, Kevin does a podcast. I've never listened to the podcast, but Kevin does a podcast. So I mean, and it's no offense again to those people, but at some point I just have to mentally cut ties because, like, as I stated previously, of just how I feel just when I'm consistently on it and how I'm drawn into it. I'm justified to keep the apps on my phone based on the fact that I need to post for social media. But again, I post my things once a week, but outside of that, it's like I tried signing out. Oh, I'll just sign back in for a little bit, and again, I just, for some reason or another, whenever it comes around, I just justify it. And most people out there are probably like, Kevin, you're being too hard on yourself. But dude, fuck you, man. Fuck you if you're saying that shit, dude. Fucking, I don't know. I just feel like it consumes your life, and it's just like, fuck, we don't have much time on this earth as is, and it's like, why am I gonna fucking devote it to this fucking piece of shit? Fucking, it's like, fuck you, man. I do post to I'm maintaining the posting to our Facebook page. Just because that's through the page manager. And I actually, through that, dude, I don't see anything specific to my fucking timeline or anything of that nature. I literally just post and boom, it's there, done. And then I have Messenger because some people don't, they still message me. Which, eventually, dude, I may get rid of that. I don't know, guys. I don't know what we're trying to say here. But yeah, it's my birthday this week. Turned fucking 33. So hooray for that one. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a fucking great episode ahead of you. I'm sorry for going long-winded. Anybody that chose to listen to that, thank you. Hey, Kevin Porter. I hate doing that third person. I was driving to work tonight. I was like, fuck, why do I do that? It's so fucking douchey. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, if I'm imitating somebody else talking about me, sure, I guess. But like, just with like, The Rock says, because that's all you're ripping off. It's like, fucking, who are you kidding? You're ripping off the fucking Rock, dude. So what the fuck ever, man. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so one last fucking quick thing before we get to the interview portion. So we been hitting up fucking open mic, right? So I took last week off to take Jessica out on a fucking date because it was all Thanksgiving and shit, and usually our date night's on a fucking Wednesday. So this last time it was like, all right, well, Thanksgiving and all that shit, we're gonna be with family. So we ended up going out last Tuesday night instead, and so I had a week off or whatever, and like the week prior, obviously, I think I did talk about this, but like, I just went up there and just like did a fucking, I just riffed the whole entire thing, dude, and it just felt great, dude. It was like, oh, we're not doing shitty fucking force-fed little bits that, that we've already established that just are complete garbage, and we just don't need to ever do again. So that felt good, and so like this week, it wasn't the same like energy that I went into when I went to open mic this week. It was a different energy. It was like I was really tired because like we'd gone to we went to a comedy show the night before. It's Chevy. I'm sorry, a little high. Chevy's comedy variety hour at Brews and Q's that she's been doing. And, fucking A, dude, kudos to fucking her, definitely, free plugs all day for that fucking show, dude. But they had, some of the local comedians out there for a show on Monday. So it was supposed to go like 10 to 11. So we went out for that, dude. I didn't go to bed till like 12:30. And then like, so yesterday I'm up at 6, obviously. So I'm in bed by like midnight. I'm not falling asleep till 12:30, 12:45. Boom. I'm up at 6. Shit, dude. So I have to go into open mic, just pretty fucking tired. But like, I just like going up on stage though, like, I just riffed that whole entire weed brownie shit, and like, the majority of it was like, it's just riffing, dude, it was a good learning experience no matter what. But the one thing I noticed this morning when I listened to everything back that I like, you know, because again, you know, you're in the moment. You're not necessarily like, I don't know, you pay attention to the crowd. You know, you want the cheers and everything, but like, I don't know, because I've been on stage before where you're like, oh man, that was great, dude. People were laughing, dude. It was fucking awesome. And like you listen to it back, it's like, oh shit, that was really bad. Like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. You know, we have that all the time. So that's why I didn't listen to it back when I drove home, because like you know, obviously anybody that fucking listens to this shit every fucking week, you know, I didn't necessarily have a meltdown or anything, but I was just like, yeah, that's why. And I was like, I threw all my old material away, because I listened back to that show when I hosted that fucking show here, you know, a couple weeks back. It was just like, fuck, this sucks. Like, what am I doing? This is not good. You know, I need to be better. And so it's like, I'm only going to fucking draw from my real life, you know, now on, dude. That's what we're going to be doing, is strictly fucking real life material, like fucking grabbing it, dude, from inside and just like throwing it out there, dude. So I riffed that fucking weed brownie incident. But like I noticed where actually I had like at 2 points throughout the 7 minutes I was on stage, I actually had it seemed that there was 2 genuine hard laughs from the majority of the crowd. And that's not anything I've like experienced in a long fucking time, man. Like through this whole like coming back and doing stand up and shit, it's like I haven't experienced like getting that crowd. That was me just being me. I mean, that's, you know, more or less a little bit of an amplified you know, a little bit of a, you know, because obviously when you're on stage you have a little bit more energy. But I mean, it's more or less me just fucking sitting here on the podcast with you guys. I'm just riffing it out, dude. So it's just, you know, again, I just need to, you know, record these things and we'll fucking make this shit better. And like, I'm going to sit down and start fucking writing these stories out. Like, we're going to be more productive, guys. And again, I apologize for the long fucking rant, but thank you guys every week for listening. And without further ado, I present to you Darrin Foglesong.
All aboard!
Yo, what's up, Darrin? Welcome to the podcast that no one listens to.
What's
up, man? How are you doing today?
Good.
Doing good. I'm doing pretty good. We were talking before we started rolling about how you're recovering from Friday, so I guess we got some stories to tell.
I
Shit.
got up and went at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So paint this picture for me, man. What's going on? What happened on Friday?
Wally serves huge beers, man.
Oh,
huge
shit.
beers.
Like just like.
Yeah, they're 24 ounces or something, so it's 2 beers in one.
Damn, yeah, fuck
and
yeah.
Strong beer. And then afterwards we went over to Ando, the owner of Snatchy Records.
Okay.
Went over to his house.
Fuck.
Tried to get beer on the way. Didn't make it, so then we had to drink whiskey.
Oh shit, the consolation prize. Fucking whiskey.
Yeah, R&R of all things.
Okay.
And I woke up and the first thing I was like, dude, why are we alive?
Why? His head fucking pounding and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I fucking Saturday or Friday, I guess. I was like, we did a bunch of like dry sift rosin here recently from our home grow, and like, so I've had like this, you know, like big old jar of like shit to make edibles with and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, Friday night's a good night. And so like my previous experiences of making edibles was like, you know, I put way too much in.
Yeah.
Still my experience with edibles, dude. I had probably like half a brownie because I was like, I'll just sit on it and wait for it and shit. And I gave my wife like, I don't know, like less than I had. And then like, she fucking like, at one point we were just laying in bed and like my legs started shaking, dude. I'm like, I'm fucking high. I'm so fucking high. Like, oh my God, like I gotta ride this shit out, dude. And like, she's like, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah, we can talk. And like, she would go in the living room. She's like, I don't know if I can fucking handle this. Da-da-da-da-da. And like, I just remember telling her just like, you gotta ride it out. You gotta ride it out. Like, it was fucking insane.
Feeling like she's going to be the first person to OD on weed.
Yeah, right. I was like, I kept telling myself, I kept breathing through it. I'm like, as long as I can breathe fine, like, I'll be all right. So.
Yeah, I just ate some edibles the other day. I was over at over to Jeremy's house, and he had some. He was like, yeah, they're pretty strong. You only need like 2. So I think I ate like 5.
What was your experience?
I was so stoned, man. Next morning, I had to get up and make the kids breakfast, and it was like everything I could do just to open my eyes. I was still stoned in the morning.
Yeah, that's how I still feel like 2 days later, dude. Like, I feel like I just took like one big, you know, like rip off a fucking joint.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm feeling it like all day, dude. Even my wife is just like still fucked up, dude. Like, that's really like fucking strong shit, man.
Yeah, well, I heard eating it does something different. Your body turns it into a different chemical, so it's not even like THC high anymore.
Yeah.
It's something else.
It's a psycho. I was reading it yesterday. It's like psychoactive something 11 or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's something with your liver, dude. It changes it into like a completely different, that fucking body high and shit. Because at first when I was just laying there, because like Jessica kind of like freaked out a little bit, like sent the kids to bed and shit. I was like, fuck, and I'm like way high at that point. I didn't realize she was that high, and I was like, fuck, I can't fight this right now. I'm just gonna go with it. Like I was just like completely just like, I barely remember Friday night, dude.
First time I ever got real high off of edibles, I made some cookies and I went to Tri-Cities and I got just this. It was really cheap, but it was just this nasty fucking weed. No one wanted to smoke it. I was trying to sell it. Nobody wanted to buy it, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just turn it all into edibles.
Right.
Made some butter out of it, and the butter was like dark green. It was strong. And I made some cookies, and I ate one. One day, nothing happened. A few days later, I decided I was going to eat two, and something happened. I was making dinner for my ex, and her family was coming over.
No.
And I was making dinner, and they showed up, and we're all eating dinner, and I'm super stoned, can't even open my eyes, and everyone's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm tired."
It's a different high, man.
I was able to pass it off though. I worked at Target at 4 a.m.
Jesus.
So, So I was like, I've been up since 3 a.m.
Dude, if I would have had to go to work that day, like I would have called out, because like I remember thinking to myself throughout the night, I was just like, oh fuck, like I'm so happy I don't have to work today. Like I'm just going to bed. Like woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, just still fucking stoned, and like I basically slept all day yesterday, dude. Like it was like one of those things where it's just like, fuck, like I eat way too, like I don't even eat that fucking much, dude. But like I put way too much in the fucking brownie mix or something, and
it's hard to gauge too with edibles. You don't. I mean, when you're smoking a bowl, like, oh, I'm good. Yeah. I don't need another hit. Edibles, it takes so long to hit you, and you don't know how much is in there really. Yeah,
dude, and like I thought, like, because I had like half a container, of like just, some solid rosin or whatever, and just like fucking dumped it in there, mixed it up, and like I said, I ate half a brownie, like, oh, I'm being smart, I'm being fucking smart, and like I just remember like, because at one point like we're crawling around like my dining room, I'm crawling around and shit, dude, and I'm like thinking in my head, just like I'm just like out there, dude, and like I just remember at one point like falling asleep and like coming out of it and like thinking that I'd been on my cell phone like all night, and like, but like my cell phone was in my room where I'd left it, and like all this shit. I was like, no, I didn't go do stand up because I thought I was on stage and shit. I was like, I haven't done stand up since Tuesday, and like, like you were talking about, coming out of like, it was just weird because I just like, without drinking ever, like I haven't drank in like 2 years, like I haven't been fucked up like that, dude, in a long time. So it was like I was completely like lost control type thing, and it was like, dude, I don't like. Like I woke up and like I have a group text with like Dustin and Brandon, and they'd had like a whole conversation within that 12-hour span. I was sleeping. I was like, yeah, I blacked out last night off weed. like this is fucked up. And like started Googling it. Like I guess it's called a green out. You green out.
It's called green out?
That's what it's called apparently. And like you get like, I don't know. I didn't really have too much anxiety for the most part. Like I knew everything was all right, but my wife on the other hand, like she's like swearing off everything at this point, dude. Like, I don't ever want to touch that shit again. I'm like,
that stand up on Tuesday was pretty cool. It was the first time I've ever been down there.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go for a while, but
yeah, dude.
I know one time I think they were doing it on Sundays for a little bit, right? A while back.
It's possible.
I was in there with my family for dinner. And they started open mic. And I wanted to stick around, but had the kids. So.
Yeah, understandable. And like, definitely. Jaime, you saw Jaime. He'll bring his kids every once in a while down there and shit. But like,
I actually went to school with him.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you were saying that.
He doesn't remember me.
Yeah,
he rode my bus. He was a few years older than I am. But
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, actually, I heard a story about him. It may not even be true, but it was a rumor around East Valley. He may not even know if it's not true. He may not even know it was a rumor. Yeah. But I guess a bag of weed fell out of his pocket onto the table or onto his desk, and the teacher saw it. And they're like, you're not supposed to have this, right? And I guess he was just like, yeah, can I have that back though?
What was did the teacher give it back?
I didn't hear anything after that. I just read that he said that.
Shit, dude. It's fucking like the rumors and shit you hear back in high school. I don't even really like. I can't even like think of anything off the top of my head, like any like rumor wise or any shit like that. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But nah, dude. The comedy scene. It feels like it's budding. No pun intended. But it feels like it's feels like it's moving in a positive direction right now, at least. Like we got a lot of new faces that are coming down there and trying it out for the first time and shit. And it's good to see people out there for sure.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try it. Holly's been putting it in my ear for a while that I should do it, and I don't think I'm that funny though, but I do on occasion make people laugh with one-liners. So that right after that though, because we went out and smoked, afterwards, and we came back in, and I sat down, and I pulled out my phone, and I was actually writing stuff right then and there.
Dude, there you go. You gotta be there, man. You gotta show up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I kind of wanted to get a feel for it. Still kind of want to get a feel for it. And
it's like Josh Bryant, dude. Same thing with him, man. Like I went up, I was like, yeah, dude, Tuesday night open mic. He's like, I've been wanting to do it. I'm like, dude, you gotta just gotta show up and do it. But it's really hard, Like I don't know. Like I went up there on Tuesday, and like I literally had just written like one line, and it was like literally like. And not to say like Tuesday was the greatest day ever, but like like for me personally, it was just like the last couple of weeks I'd gone up there, dude, which is shit reactions, it's just like everything I'd been writing like was garbage, and it's just like it all culminated within like a 24-hour span where like I just like was like throw it all away,
like, fuck this stuff.
And then I was like, I kind of like I don't know, I felt like I was given this like giant fucking sword weapon, dude. I figured out like how I truly need to like work out my material and stuff, and it's exactly that. It's like you go up there with your concept and you continuously just work through the same material and then just record it, and then you go back through. It's like, all right, that was good, so I'm gonna add this, and then you're kind of like forming one giant masterpiece in a sense, but like it takes a long time.
I saw an interview with one comedian, I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was Rodney Carrington actually, who I don't find all that funny, but he had this one special out that was funny. My cousin had it. Mm-hmm. And I watched it, and then the bonus features of it I was watching, and they were asking him, like, how did you develop this act? And he's like, well, the first time I ever did stand-up, I went out there and I just killed it. Everybody was laughing. And he's like, and then I did it again, and nobody laughed. So then I spent the next, like, 3 or 4 years trying to figure out what I did that first time to make people laugh.
Oh, God. Like, I would honestly venture off to say every single time I've gotten on stage, it was one form of bombing, or another, dude. Like it's it's like you said, you get those like one little liners in there where you're like, all right, that's good, I'll keep that. But it's like for the most part, it's a learning experience, So like I don't feel like I've ever like considered myself too funny or anything. Like you have the fun lines every once in a while, but it's like fucking doing it though. It's like fuck, this is like. I found like just like at least with the band you have a couple other people that
exactly. I was just gonna say that I'm used to being on stage because of the band thing, but it's I have 4 other people up there with me, and that's just you. It's got to be nerve-wracking. All eyes on you.
It's like the more you get up there, the more you do it. It's like I don't know, like I don't find being up there nerve-wracking and being in front of people nerve-wracking, but I find like what I'm going to say and like fucking up my words more nerve-wracking. It's like, you want to have a fluid sentence. You want to be able to make people laugh. And it's like when you say it and nobody laughs, it's just like, oh, dagger.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like one of my favorite fucking like comedy bits is like, was it Bill Burr when he does when he does that show in Philadelphia? Have you ever seen that?
Uh-huh.
It's basically just him bombing for like fucking 20 minutes or something, dude. Like, and apparently it was just this concert festival of some kind, and it was a comedy festival at the Eagles fucking stadium or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he just apparently the crowd was booing a little bit here and there, and he just started talking shit, dude, just like going off about how the Eagles suck and just like, and he just kept doing this whole thing where he's like counting down the time that he had, so it's like 15 minutes. 10 minutes and and like kept walking himself down from that. But I don't know. I always thought that was like bombing with style. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I always enjoyed fucking watching that shit. But yeah, man. Fucking hey, what's up? Kind of came into this thing with not necessarily. I was like, oh well, figure it out on the fucking fly.
Yeah.
Figure it out, shit.
I know. So, last time we were doing this, I was trying to think like, what am I even gonna talk about?
Yeah. It's the beauty though. It's just like we're picking up a conversation. It's like that silence is a good thing. So I used to do. I remember. I don't know if you remember Bert, but like I remember one time we were doing a podcast like 5 years ago or some shit. I remember him telling me like I was like da 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 da, like trying not to like have dead air or anything. But he's like, no, Kevin, that's not what a podcast is. And like I was like, you're fucking right, Bert. You're fucking right. Doesn't matter if there's a pause.
I think I do remember him. Didn't he drove a Mustang, right?
That was his brother.
Oh,
that was
brother?
Weston.
Okay.
Yeah, Weston drove the Mustang. He had the like GTO 5.
That's right. Yeah.
You into cars?
Kinda.
Yeah. I'm kind of into cars a little bit. I don't know shit about cars, but I like looking at them.
My dad was a mechanic, so
yeah,
kind of got into it like that.
You know your way around a car much, or?
Yeah, I'm not the best at diagnosing a problem with a car, but
if
someone tells me what the problem is, I can
fix it.
I mean, it's just
taking it out.
Bolted, someone just bolt it in, unbolt it, bolt the new part in, and you're usually good.
Ah, man. I did this, this is like probably within the last year. I was like switching out my battery, and like I didn't connect, I didn't like seal the connection like 100% like I should have. And like at one point I'm driving to my car just like, and like the connection got lost, but then it came back on. I was like, what the fuck was that? It's like, you didn't connect the battery all the way. You fucking
didn't
idiot.
put it backwards.
No, I didn't put it backwards. I just like I didn't secure it as, I don't know, I got like lazy or some shit, and like I was like, oh, it's all there.
Yeah, I was helping a friend jumpstart his car one time, and he put I was putting the jumper cables on my battery, and he did his, and he did them backwards. Sparks are just shooting everywhere. He's like, what do I do? And I'm like, take it off.
Take it the fuck off. That's scary, dude. I've always been very cautious of that. If I forget like what goes on what, because it's like what, positive on red, negative on black. Yeah, like I always, because like I don't know a lot about cars, but like I can change oil, and I have been able to change out spark plugs in the past, and I can do batteries pretty decently.
Yeah, I definitely know why mechanics cuss so much.
Oh, yeah, right. You fucking fuck your hands up doing that type of shit, dude.
Yeah, and there's certain things where you just know you have to break that bolt loose, and you just know once it goes loose, you're cracking your knuckles on something. There's no way around it. It's like, all right, here we go.
Dude, I just, when it comes to like shit like that, dude, I'll pay somebody.
Yeah.
I have respect for people that, fucking have to do that for a living, though.
Yeah, I was gonna do it for a living.
Yeah. I even have this thing plugged in the whole time.
We didn't get any of that?
No, it's picked up.
Oh.
I can see it on there. Now we're recording on the microphone. It was recording through my internal computer mic, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I've done that a few times where like I just like I unplug it. Like, that's why like I usually have my headphones in there so I can like have playback and I don't have to unplug it. So no, we're good.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Perry though to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I already know a little bit about cars. It's a relatively short program. It's cheap.
Right.
And then I immediately changed my mind. Just a couple of weeks later, I had to work on my ex's car. And I was just getting it was just spark plugs, but I was getting so pissed off. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to be a mechanic.
I have to do this for the rest of my life.
Fuck that.
Fuck that, dude. It's... I mean, like, you can... I assume you can make some decent money off that, man. But yeah, you fucking... I just, like, I don't know, like... Call me a pussy. I don't like getting like grease on my hands.
Yeah.
I don't like at the end of the day, because I've had to work those types of jobs where you walk out and your hands are like completely fucking black and just never comes off.
Yeah, it gets to a point where it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Your hands are just dirty.
Like he's just like, I don't know, man. I just don't like. I don't know. I just don't like my hands getting fucking dirty like that. Like I'll do it if I have to, but call me crazy. I'll just pay somebody to do like the major fucking repairs on my shit. Like fucking, I had my uncle. He lives in Alaska, so like he left his truck here in Yakima for the first like time, like because usually he'll leave it with like his son or whatever, but for some reason he's leaving it here at a storage unit. So he wants me to like go in like once a month and fucking start it up or whatever.
Yeah,
like, no, not a problem. I can do it. So I do it the first couple times and shit. And like last month I roll in there and the battery's fucking dead. I'm like, motherfucker. And like I thought I had like enough tools to like go in there and fucking. But it's got like the fucking bolt on the fucking on the ground or whatever, and it's like my fucking my socket wrench. I didn't have one of those extenders or whatever, so like I just had it was like took me like 2 or 3 fucking times, and I eventually just had to go buy a new fucking socket wrench.
Is it a newer model truck?
It's 2000.
Yeah.
So like it was but like once I got that off and I got everything out, I was like, all right, fucking easy peasy. Took it down and got charged and shit, but it was just like. Fucking pain in the ass. Like just making sure I had the right tool and shit, but I don't know. Tools are fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Shit. So what else is up, man? What else is going on? You guys played that show on Friday? This is a little bit of this episode's not coming out for a couple of weeks, so but we could talk about that.
Yeah, it was a fun show. Yeah. Played with Not All There. Those guys have been around since I want to say like 97 or something.
Shit. Good 21 years.
Yeah, they're a good band. Yeah. And the Generators, they've also been around for a long time.
Yeah, Generators, man, they're like that's the band, like, because my buddy Jason, dude, he was leaving he's like an older guy. I don't know if he was there, but he said he was going to the show, and I'm like, yeah, my friend Darren's fucking opening up for that. He's like, you see Generators tonight? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, fucking Generators.
Yeah, Eric was telling me that he might have been there. I've never met him. I've heard a lot about the guy, though.
Jason Brummett?
Yeah, and then I've heard him on your podcast.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast, and, fucking he was my trainer when I worked at Maytag.
Yeah.
He's the guy that trained me, and, like, we told the story on the podcast, but, like, I showed up I was wearing my Bad Religion shirt, and it was, like, 07 or some shit, and he's like, oh, fucking Bad Religion, and that's, like, how our friendship started, was over Bad Religion, basically. Which I saw them. I went to that Scallywag festival not too long ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went and I saw fucking Bad Religion, Pennywise, and like Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, The Interrupters, and Mad Caddies were all on the fucking bill, cool. Dude. And
I just found out about The Interrupters. I don't know how long they've been around, but it popped up on YouTube after a video one time.
What's your initial thoughts?
I like it a lot. I almost thought it was damn it, what's that girl punk singer? I thought it was, I can't remember her name. Or even what band she was in.
Which one?
But I thought it was her that just started another band until I looked at the screen and realized it wasn't.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm like... Was it the chick from the, like, was it Saving Ferris?
No.
No?
I don't remember. She sounds like somebody else, though.
Okay.
Gotcha. Like another... I mean, it's a punk band. How different do they all...
Yeah,
their voices sound
the same. Yeah, right. Fuck it. I like the Interrupters a lot, dude. I caught them, like, a couple... Like, I don't know, within the last year... I was just going through because I'd heard the name, and then I got like fucking Apple Music and shit. And I like through that, dude. I'm just like finding all these bands I never fucking got to listen to and shit. And like, yeah, I listened to those first 2 albums they put out, and like it was really good. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then the 3rd album just came out. I was like, I listened to it one time through. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then I listened. Then I saw them in person. I saw them play that Kerosene song in person. I was like, dude, oh shit, I need to go back. I've listened to that album like 100 times since then.
So I find out about a lot of new bands through YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I have YouTube on my TV and I'll just put music on whatever and it just autoplay, so something will pop up cool. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And go look. I found out about Days and Days that way. You ever heard that band?
Heard of Days and Days.
Like a folk punk.
Are they?
Yeah, you can smell them through the TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They don't wear shoes and you know what I mean?
So, like, I don't know, I think, like, folk punk, like, I don't know, like, why I think, like, Flogging Molly, like, something like that or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it? They were on Fat Records. I'm trying to remember their fucking name. It was, like, that, like, blues grass type fucking sound. Old Man Markley?
I've heard of them.
I saw them, like, I saw them back in, like, 2012, and, like, yeah, it's, like, folk punk rock music or some shit. But, I don't know. When you say that Day by Day band or whatever, that's kind of what it reminds me of. At least off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, it's all acoustic guitars and a girl plays the washboard and stuff,
Yeah, it's that same type of shit. Yeah, it's like what Old Man Markley does and shit too. They just play on Yeah, that's cool, man. That's a different type of sound, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really hear a lot of bands like rocking out like that.
Yeah, it's just I feel like it's really raw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the best music, man.
Yeah.
Anything that's just fucking strip it down, dude. If you can play it on an acoustic guitar and a fucking washboard, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. No, the Interrupters though, man, they're fucking badass, dude. Going back to that that Scallywag Fest, dude. By the time Pennywise and Bad Religion came on, dude, I was so tired from like running around in the mosh pit, dude.
I know.
Shit,
it's hard when you get old, huh?
Dude, like I spent like 3 hours because like each band like had an hour-long set. And so, like, for Less Than Jake, Real Big Fish, and the Interrupters, dude, I danced around, like, so fucking hard. Dude.
Yeah.
I got, at one point, like, when Less Than Jake started, like, I was so fucking stoned. And, like, I remember I got, somebody, like, hit my back or some shit. And, like, I ended up getting fucking, like, cracked in the jaw by some lady. And it was like, it's like, oh, this is what a mosh pit is. Like, I forgot. And, like, this is great. I love it,
Yeah, I saw Rancid a few years back. Probably about 8 years ago. And I went into that pit and...
Yeah.
Too much for me, man. I had to go sit down.
Yeah?
I didn't even enjoy the rest of the show. I'm like, shit, I am so tired. I'm so out of shape.
Dude.
This is why punk rock is for kids.
Yeah, right? Like, dude, straight up, by Pennywise, I was just like, I'm just going to get a nice spot right up here by the gate. I'm just going to sit here and, listen to him.
Yeah.
It's fun, dude. I fucking love punk rock shows.
Yeah, there's a pretty good pit at that show on Friday up in Wenatchee.
Wally's is like a smaller venue.
Yeah,
right?
it's real small.
Yeah.
Jeremy and I, though, got told to calm down. And I didn't think we were doing anything, but
Huh?
Yeah, they're not as punk as us, apparently.
Somebody by like, the bar staff told you guys?
Yeah. I didn't even know. It's funny, I didn't even know who it was. I was just really upset about it. Yeah. Jeremy and I both were, and we were standing there, and we were both just like, what the hell, man? We weren't even really doing anything.
You're just kind of fucking around
Yeah, and then we go back to Ando's house from Snatchy Records, and we're talking about it again. And his wife was like, oh yeah, it was me that told you guys to stop.
Oh,
and
no
we're like,
shit.
oh.
What was their explanation?
I was like, oh, well, it's punk rock. You're supposed to do that.
She's like, insurance, bitch.
Yeah, no, we tried to just keep it safe.
Yeah.
And the NoFX song, When Did Punk Rock Become So Safe, popped into my head.
Oh, no shit, dude. Fucking, wasn't Dwayne or Fletcher.
Yeah.
Put up the barricades, bitch. That's funny, dude. That's funny as shit. It was his fucking wife I told you to. Yeah. Was it a big crowd that showed up on Friday?
Yeah, it was a pretty good turnout. I mean, it's almost as big as you can get in that place, but... I mean, not all there is like a staple in that town, so a lot of people turned out, I'm sure, just for them.
Just for them.
They definitely didn't come out to see Doll Steaks.
No, man. I mean, you guys have a good fucking crowd for the most part, it seems like.
Yeah. We've got Eric playing bass for us now.
Yeah.
And he outplays all of us.
Does he?
Yeah, he's playing bass like Matt Freeman and just going nuts.
It's fucking awesome, though, dude. It's good. It's good that you got... Because, like... It seems like you guys kind of bounced around like members there for a little bit.
Yeah.
You got a solid fucking lineup going and shit, so.
Yeah, he was just stand-in at first.
Yeah.
And then he just hit us up and he's like, hey man, I've been having fun playing these shows with you guys. Yeah. You want me to be a permanent member? And we were all like, hell yeah, we do.
So we don't even gotta ask twice, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, hell yeah, come play. Wait, how often are you guys band practicing these days?
We try once a week. That doesn't happen because, we're all adults. And,
Life. Yeah. You guys got a practice space or?
Right now at the barn.
Just at the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best place to do it.
Yeah, it sounds good in there. Eric's stuff is in there. And,
just hop in there and shit. And just get it going.
Yeah, we're getting ready to record too.
Dude, that's
we were trying to get this show out of the way, and once the show's done, we're gonna record.
Nice. Yeah, how you guys? I mean, it seems like you guys got a good amount of songs, shit, like enough for full
like
CD?
10. Yeah,
that's enough for a CD.
Yeah.
Just fucking get in there and just get it recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you guys plan on like just doing like straight punk rock, just throwing up the mic and just fucking recording? Or?
No, we're going through a guy, James Robinson. He just recently, or I don't know how recent, but hasn't lived in Yakima for too long, and he hit up almost every band, every musician in this town on Facebook saying that he was recording. We were the only ones that responded to him.
No shit.
And it was over a year ago, and then lineup changes and whatnot, we weren't able to do it, and then it was time to do it again, so I got a hold of him, and he came to one of our practices, and
just what's up.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, it seems like, man, because like you think like, I don't know, I think back to the days of the Zone, if somebody was going around, hey, I'm gonna record it, you guys, like you think like 20 people would be jumping hey, get us in there, but nowadays it's like, I'll just record it with my phone.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. A lot of people think that, and a lot of people can, but a lot of people think they can just buy an interface that comes with some software and bam, they're producer, and it's not
that easy.
No, not at all. You got to know your stuff. And
like I don't know shit about audio, dude.
I don't either. We tried actually once to record ourselves, and we get over there, and I got everything hooked up, the interface and everything hooked up to the computer, and then I was like, all right, let's test it real quick, and I couldn't get it to pick up anything up at all. Nothing was coming through. And I'm like, what the hell? Checking everything's fine. This wasn't. Yeah, and it's like, man, that's why people charge to do this. It's not just anybody can do it.
Yeah, right. It's not that fucking easy, dude.
Yeah, we were just gonna bust it out, one take, just set up some mics and just go. But I don't know. We've got this far into it.
Take the time. And just do
take the time, get it done right.
Make it sound good.
Yeah.
Shit. Hell yeah, dude. Well, it's good to hear you guys are fucking, progressing, gonna have an album out.
Yeah.
At some point. So.
And I can't wait to get it recorded and write new songs because I am sick of playing these songs.
You gotta write some new ones. Now, like, how long does it take you usually to like write a song?
Me personally, a long time because as sloppy as the songs and as simple as the songs are, I'm still like a perfectionist about it. Like there's a certain type of sloppy that I'm going for and a certain type of simplicity. So it takes me a little while, and it's usually I'll come up with a riff and I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds kind of cool, and then I'll tweak it a little bit, and then Holly will listen to it and kind of jot some lyrics down. And then after that, I bring it to the band and we build it from there. Remy has written songs usually drunk, and he takes a video of it and sends it to us.
Sends it to us?
Yeah, then we'll build on that.
Yeah,
and
that's a good way of doing it.
now we've got Eric, who's so experienced with songwriting. It might be a totally different process now.
Right.
Who knows?
I remember doing one thing, like me and Eric did this these like parody songs for Christmas one time.
Yeah.
Like we did them like for stand-up comedy and shit. And like fucking his knowledge of like music is just so fucking like he was like the way he was explaining it to me is like, you know, the way I kind of have it in my head, like because it's a very like novious fucking, you know, idea in regards to how the music is and shit. How but he's like the way he's explaining it to me, I'm just like fucking like fucking overload. And
yeah.
Like, shit, you know what he's he knows what he's talking about, you know.
Yeah, he was trying on the way up to Wenatchee. He was trying to tell me how to build solos off of scales, and then once you get this figured out, it's you know, it transitions right into this, and it was just I was trying to take it in, but it was most of it was going right over my head.
He's like, well, we're gonna have to revisit this one, Eric. Yeah.
It's like, man, you're a punk musician and you know this much.
Shit, I remember like was it? He went to school for that shit. He took like music theory and all.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, like he was doing like all those like jazz programs, just like it's like this fucking mind, man. It's just fucking overload and fucking music and shit.
Oh, and he can play anything too.
Yeah.
Any style.
Yeah.
Picks it up right away.
Oh, I know, dude.
One of those assholes.
Just one of those fucking dicks. I know, it's like you go back to like, like writing and stuff, and like I can't. I fucking like I feel like I can like at least comedy wise, I can't write music or anything, but like comedy wise, dude, I feel like I can come up with a premise like that, dude. But like, punchlines, fucking dog shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like I literally the only time I've ever come up with any sort of like decent punchlines is if I'm working it out on stage, dude. Like that's and I finally figured that out here with this last run, dude. This last week, it's like, all right, I can't sit down at a computer and be like da 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 da. There's your fucking joke. Like I come up with a premise, like a one line, and then I can just go up there and riff it. And then I can, like, put it all together later on. But, like, yeah, I have to be, like, within the moment, I guess. And talking to people and talking.
Kind of reading the crowd a little, too.
Yeah. Which I have a hard time doing that, I guess. I mean, you kind of, like, I want to be like, yeah, I can read the crowd. It's like, honestly, most of the time my head's just up here, dude. I don't even pay attention to the people out there for the most part, you know? Like, I don't know, a lot of it's just, you know, again, going back to those words and just saying the words and not trying to fuck up your words, but I guess you kind of have to fuck up your words in order to learn the situation, learn the joke and everything, so. But
that's how when we're playing shows, too, though. I'm not paying attention to the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I have anxiety a little bit, and I'll turn my back. If I do look at people, my heart starts racing, and I'm like, no, gotta turn around. Don't look at those people.
Don't fucking look at these people. Like a couple weeks ago, I was on stage and I felt like my fucking just rush of adrenaline go through my heart, dude. And I was joking about it. I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack, guys. No, it's just adrenaline. You know, like adrenaline's a weird fucking drug, man.
It is.
You know, like I don't even get it sometimes. It's like one minute.
It's addicting too.
Yeah, it's like 1 minute you're fucking afraid of shit, and then like I don't know, because within like 5 minutes, typically a couple minutes, I can usually settle into a situation pretty easily and not have to like freak out too much.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. But it's crazy getting on stage though. It's fun.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know.
What else am I gonna do with my time?
I don't know. It's weird though. It's just because like sometimes you're like, oh man, why do we even do this? Why do we even bother? But then like you're like, oh well, I should get on there.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to continue. Like it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how like you're just constantly wanting, like you yearn for it in a sense. You know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm done with social media. I don't think right before I fucking came over here, I deleted like all those fucking Messenger, like all that shit. Besides Messenger, I keep Messenger on my phone just to talk to people, but. Like
I want to get rid of social media too.
Yeah.
I was off Facebook for a few years.
Yeah, I remember that, dude.
And then the band started, and I jumped on there again, and
yeah,
I was like, I'm only gonna do band stuff on it, but I've got sucked right back into it, and then I find myself getting into pointless Facebook arguments that they'll never ever go anywhere. You'll never get anyone to budge on Facebook.
I think it's funny though.
But yeah, I like to read them. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I'll go on there, but that's why I'll jump into it. I'll read the comment sections and I'll just start laughing at everybody, and then I'm like, oh, this person, no, that's not
so
true, and I'll get on there.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, they're so like I found what I like to do lately is like instead of like spending a whole lot of time just writing out this huge response, I take memes. Like today, like I think it was off because I was on there and I was scrolling down. I saw like I think you commented on something on KMA's page, and like I went down and like I think it was about the shooting or some shit. Or like the robbery, that was what it was. you or Eric commented on something, and like I went through the comments and I saw this guy's just like, cops need to be kicking in doors, da 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 da. And I went into the GIF thing and I wrote dumb, and I just found this one that was just like it was Buzz Lightyear. There is no intelligent life intelligence here. So basically calling the guy stupid and shit. Yeah. Like no one ever responds to a fucking GIF or anything, but or GIF or whatever. But it's I
didn't even know how to use those, and I put it on. I still don't really, but I put it on Facebook. Like, you guys just search for these and save them on your phone and use them when necessary,
you can
or
save
what?
them, but they have that search engine.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. You can do that, and then everybody's posting all these, like, basically calling me dumb. Like, there was one, I think it was Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. He was holding the 2 pieces of bread over somebody's head, and he's like, "Is this an idiot sandwich?" Like, just everybody making fun of me for not knowing how to use it. But I don't care about stuff like that, really. You know,
well,
like, I hardly even know how to use my smartphone.
Yeah.
Like, shit, where's my camera? I need to take a picture real quick.
It's like Jessica, dude. She's got like, I don't want to say paranoid or anything, but she puts a fucking she takes the camera there and like puts the fucking black tape over and shit. It's like totally doesn't, because I went to go take a picture or something on it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You got the fucking camera blacked out, bitch. What the fuck?
It's funny that people are so scared of that.
Yeah, well, it's shit. It's like everything's already picking everything up, so it's just like whatever.
I just heard it somewhere. It may have been on another, probably Joe Rogan's podcast, but somebody was talking about it, and they're like, you know how many people are in the world, and they really think that somebody's sitting there watching.
Very true.
Yeah.
100. I get that. It's just,
but then I heard Mark Zuckerberg tapes over his too, and
yeah, you see that picture where he's got his laptop fucking camera all fucking blacked out. But somebody like that, of that nature, I mean, it'd be smart for them to be like, go after him in terms of searching. Because I mean, that's kind of how I feel at this point. I'm like, I went through my Alex Jones days, like, oh, fucking everybody's after the fucking tinfoil hat bullshit. But now it's just kind of like, well, it's like you said, there's so many fucking people out there. It's like, really, Kevin, you think someone's like watching you while you're taking a shit on the fucking toilet? No, probably not. But
I think the whole thing is
still concerning to me? Yes.
I think the whole thing is people know that they can do that if they want,
Yeah, and that's the
It doesn't mean they are, but they can.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that the fact that they have the capability now that they can just fucking tap into anything. I mean, it's like your TV. What was it? It was some smart TV or something. They like literally had a warning on there: do not have open conversations, regarding this, because it was like, because again, it's like listening to all your fucking. I don't know. Dude,
I feel like Holly and I were having a conversation about something one night. I don't even remember what it was really, but I was like, shit, I'm gonna look that up, and I pull out my phone and I start to type it, and it's right there, and it's nothing that I would have normally searched. I don't feel like it was. A lot of other people would search, like it was a popular search, so I'm like, shit, the phone's listening to us.
Dude, I get that shit too, where you're like going through Instagram, then all of a sudden the fucking ad pops up for like fucking some movie or some shit you were talking about. So what the fuck? Like that type of shit, I don't fucking like. And like I don't know if everybody's experienced that yet, but I've definitely experienced where fucking you see some ad for some shit that you're talking to. But I mean, half the time I don't give it all those apps permissions in the first place, and if it's something I really need, I'll just fucking give it permission for the time being.
Yeah, I do that too.
Like the GPS and all that shit. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Right back off.
Like just kind of going back to what you were saying, dude. I deleted all that shit because like that's the reason I keep the apps on my phone. It's just for like the podcast or whatever, and I've slowly, I don't know, I got on my Snapchat today and I posted because I did a wrestling podcast last night, which was the worst podcast I ever did because it was still coming off that fucking shit, dude. I was like, I watched it. It was an 8-minute podcast. I'm just like, yeah, that match was good. That match was okay. Like it was retarded, like so stupid. But I looked at the Snapchat today. I was like, nobody had looked at it, and I started thinking to myself, I was like, that's the only reason why I'm on here is to promote this shit. And it's like, honestly, have I gained one fucking listener from promoting on Facebook or Instagram? Yeah. Probably not, dude. So it's like, the people that are listening are going to find it, and anybody that wants to find it can fucking find it. Yeah. Outside of that, I'm done promoting. Like, I have the Facebook manager, and that's it. I'm just going to post on there. And outside of that, like, I'm done.
Yeah, I have that Pages manager, too. And right after I downloaded it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll delete my Facebook app. And I just couldn't do it, man.
Yeah.
I've even put other stuff on my phone to distract myself from it. Like, I have a Sudoku on there. I have, like, crosswords and, something that's actually going to stimulate my mind a little bit.
Right.
To try to distract myself from Facebook, but I'll still take out my phone and click the Facebook. I'll try to pull up Google to search something, and and I clicked to Facebook, and then I'm like,
does it automatically?
Damn it!
Dude. You do it automatically without even thinking.
Yeah, and then I was like, then I forget what I was even gonna look up because I opened up Facebook and
like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I do the same shit, man. I'll be like at work and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna change my podcast out, and then I click on the Facebook app like first thing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's fucking built into you and shit, and like I did for the longest time because I would like delete the app, then like I would post all my stuff, then delete everything, but like I was having to like re-download everything once a week just to post everything for the podcast and everything. And I was just like, well, why don't I just leave it on here and just log out? And that worked fine. And like I found what I do now is like I just use my Switch. And I'll just play video games, dude. Like, especially during work, at least. I just take my Switch with me and shit. And I'll just fucking play video games. But then it's just like, well, now you're substituting Facebook for video games. So I was like, well, I like video games a little bit when I like Facebook. So
social media is scary, though, man. It's everybody's entire life is on there. And, I mean, somebody gets a new car, you know about it. New shoes, you know about it. You know what everyone had for fucking dinner.
I OD'd on weed the other night. I posted about it today. I was like, hey, guys, by the way, this happened to me on Friday.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, dude, I get it, man. It's like you really step back and like you just kind of like, well, do I really want to live my life like this?
And then all the pictures everyone puts of their kids on there. I used to, but I stopped. And the main reason, it's not because I'm afraid of, predators or anything like that. I'm not too worried about that. Because I want my kids to create their own identity online. I shouldn't be doing that for them by putting, and they can consent. They can say, yeah, that's fine, but they don't even know what it means once that picture's on there. And,
I mean, that's forever, dude. And
yeah.
I mean, you were honestly, I remember, like, I think me and Holly talked about it when she was on the podcast last time. Like, yeah, this is like, that was like really kind of like opened my eyes in a sense. Like, when I saw you post that like a couple years ago or whatever, it was like, that's a good point. And like, I still every once in a while I'll post a pic about my kids out there, but I really try to be conscious in regards to that type of shit. Like, I kind of have it like where my sister-in-law she'll post like whenever my kids are with her, it's just like bam, 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 all up on there, dude. Like their whole entire day, dude, just like all there. This is like, fucking calm down, lady. Yeah. You calm down with that shit. Like,
and I try to not put anything about my personal life on there anymore. And a lot of people in the past have been upset that I don't really have pictures with Holly on there. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Why though? Why do I have to?
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to.
We're fine in our personal life. I don't need to air it all over Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was fuck, dude, what was I? I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw, and I don't know if this was bullshit or not, but I saw MC Chris posting, because that guy's been like going crazy on like regards to like just talking shit about people. Yeah. Like, fans and all that shit. He's just been really fucking vocal on there, and he's like, he posted something about his wife like is leaving him and shit, and like he hopes trolls are happy, and I'm like, why would you even post that up there, dude? Yeah. Like when me and Jessica went through our divorce and shit, like justifiably, she posted some shit on there. This is like in the infancy of Facebook, like 2010 or whatever, but like, some shit was put out there publicly, and I just remember that feeling of like, wow, this is like a horrible fucking feeling. I never want to go through this again. And 8-9 years later, it's like consciously still, I don't want to fucking live through that shit. It's too much, man. Just it's like you're talking about though. It's like everybody knows everything about everybody. Yeah. It's like, privacy is a good thing.
And everybody's got to be so available now because of it too, And like Facebook Messenger, you can't even ignore somebody.
Oh, I know, because they'll be like,
you read it, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know, dude. Then you're like, why didn't they fucking say something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I called like talking about Bert. I remember this is like 5-6 years ago, but like I did the same shit to him. And normally you're not gonna call people out, but I was like, motherfucker, fuck you, Bert. Like I'm gonna call you out. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, I saw you saw that, bitch. Fucking, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. But
sometimes I don't want to talk to people. Let me ignore you. Yeah. Let me read your message and ignore you. And live my life. We're still friends.
Of course, dude. Hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. No. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, because like you just feel like I don't know, like especially since getting smartphones, it's just like it's there, dude. Yeah. Like, it's like we talk about the stories about like just like built-in reflex of going to that app, dude. It's like it's fucking built in now, and it's just like I talk about how I deleted everything, but dude, I probably will re-download it at some point. It's a scary thing, dude. Like I wish I could just walk away. I'm gonna really try to this time though. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking really try to. I don't know. I want to get it'd be cool as shit to just get a flip phone.
I thought about it. Yeah. For a while, so I would get off of all that stuff. Yeah. I've also talked about getting rid of my cell phone altogether and just having a landline again.
That's smart, yeah.
But no one fucking calls anybody.
Yeah.
If I can't get text messages, then nobody's ever going to talk to me again.
Yeah. I try to call people, like, I don't know. I need to do that more. I definitely need to, like, consciously reach out to people via phone more than...
Yeah.
You know, I was like, what are you doing calling me? What's this voice message? Like, I called Eric the other day, like, when you guys were actually driving up to Wenatchee, I hit him up, and like, I was going to leave him a voicemail, but it's like, I went through the whole rigmarole just for him to be like, the voicemail box you're trying to access is full. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, so no one's even listening to their voicemails.
Yeah, it's like, Eric, you need to go through that shit and delete all that shit, motherfuckers. So, fucking, I don't know, though. I thought about it, like, deleting it, or, getting a smartphone, or getting rid of the smartphone, but, like, I don't know, I feel like we talked about this before, but just, like, fucking the, like, getting back down to, like, the entertainment part of it, like, I like, that's how I consume my music now, I guess. Like, I guess, like, you could get an MP3 player and do that, go that way.
They still make those?
They still do? I think so. But...
I'm sure they do. They're right there next to the GPSs that no one buys anymore.
No one buys. I know, dude. It's like, what do you need a GPS for? You got a fucking cell phone. So, I don't know. I think, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I was talking to Brandon one day, and like, where he's like, just accept it. You know, there's like, nothing wrong with technology. I'm like, there is, but then it feels dirty when you do that. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I should just accept it and just go along with society and not worry about it.
I don't know though. I feel like I was reading something a few years ago. One of the leading causes of divorce right now, or back then anyways, a few years ago when I was reading it, was social media.
I believe it.
And just like misunderstandings on social media.
Yeah.
And
that's the worst, dude, when you fucking just, like, because you think somebody's saying it one way, but it's like, really, I had no intentions of saying that shit, you know?
And when you're like me, you don't ever say LOL or haha or use emojis or anything. Everyone's like, God, he's just a dry asshole, isn't he? And like, no, really, I'm not.
I'm not. We just need to hang out a little bit more and talk in person. You can see me smile and laugh, motherfuckers. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just really have a strong feeling that Facebook's a fucking evil thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that feeling's ever gonna go away.
No.
I guess. I don't know. See any good movies lately?
I watched Anaconda last night.
Oh, dude, the one with Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, terrible movie, but...
Oh, God. I
so
don't even think I've ever seen
time.
that.
Oh, I saw The Incredibles, too.
Oh, dude.
I've been waiting forever for that to come out. It's funny, I was taking some movies back to Redbox, and my kids were with me, and I saw that was on there, and I'm like, hey, go look at that stuff over there, so I could get that. And stuck it in my pocket, and got home, and I handed it over to Holly, and I'm like, here, hide this.
That's dope.
And she hid it, and then I was telling the kids to go to bed, and she's like, what, I thought we were going to watch that movie, and I'm like, no, that's for us. That's why I wanted you to hide it. That's not for the kids to watch.
That's hilarious, dude. Did you let your kids end up watching it?
Yeah, they watched it the next day.
They saw it the next day. It's like, this is for us first. Yeah, dude, it was a good movie, dude.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, we saw it in theaters, and like, you know, spoilers to anybody that hasn't fucking seen it, but like the baby scene with the raccoon, that part had me laughing, dude. You know, that was a fun. We actually just rented it last night at the Redbox too. We went and got because like I said, like we kind of had that, you know, the green out, you know, because like we woke up Saturday morning like oh shit, you know, everything okay? And I checked with my kids. I'm like, hey, you know how people drink and they get really fucking drunk? I was like, that was pretty much me last night. I don't really remember anything. What happened? And my kids were like, yeah, you sent us to bed and we just went to bed. I'm like, so I wasn't like yelling at you or anything. Like, no, you guys are going. I'm like, all right, I'm getting you pizza tonight. Like, we're getting pizza. So we went and got Domino's last night. Like, we went to the Redbox and shit. And like, we got that Teen Titans Go movie. Mm-hmm. So we got that. And I saw Incredibles 2. And I was like, oh, snap, got that. Yeah. And then I got the Solo film, which I haven't watched that one yet.
I liked that too. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet, you said?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I'm going to watch it.
I was going to talk about it. I won't, though.
No, you can... Yeah, okay. All right, well, no spoilers. So,
I will say the way he meets Chewbacca, though, is awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Because like, I don't think they're coming out with it. Because normally it was like the Star Wars films are like a Christmas holiday event. Yeah. But like, not this year. I guess they're just waiting until next year for episode 9?
Yeah. And I think the guy who did the last one isn't doing this one. I heard.
Okay.
I like all those movies though. I know a bunch of people, they don't like episodes 1, 2, or 3.
I didn't mind.
And
I don't like.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's just a love story. It was kind of a story that needed to be told, though. Like,
well, that's how I felt about episode 2. It's like it wasn't the greatest of the series, but at the same time, it served a very major purpose. Yeah. Like in regards to the story. Yeah,
you had to find out why Anakin was so fucked up.
Yeah.
And
I did for the most, like I rewatch them every year. We usually like, and now that they have new movies and shit, we just add those. Like we watch fucking Rogue One first, or no, wait, that's in the middle. I'm still stupid as shit right now. You get the point. Watch them in chronological order and stuff. So
yeah, I even liked Rogue One. It filled in a lot of holes.
Yeah.
From the other movies.
I liked all the new ones, dude. Like I know people shit on all that. Same with like all the superhero films. Like Brandon will just shit all over those, dude. But like I enjoy them.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not a huge fan of them. And the only reason I don't like over the top special effects. Is all. It's just
okay.
I mean, they're obviously extremely popular movies, so I'm, one of the few who don't like them. I get why they're popular. I just when it's over the top special effects, I just find it cheesy.
Yeah.
I do like the Deadpool movies though. I saw the new Deadpool 2. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. No,
I know a lot of people don't like Ryan Reynolds either, but I think that guy's hilarious.
Well, it's like Brandon again, dude. Brandon talks so much shit about Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, dude, you haven't seen fucking Deadpool, man. Yeah. You haven't seen Deadpool. It's like, it's the only like, I don't know. It's a really good fucking film, dude. Like he was meant to fucking play that role.
Yeah.
I was watching that Teen Titans Go movie, and they do this thing where they have Deathstroke. You know who Deathstroke is?
Huh.
He came out before Deadpool, and people say Marvel ripped off fucking Deathstroke because they basically look the fucking same kind of name and shit, and fucking like they're like, oh, it's Deadpool. They're like, no, fucking Deathstroke, fucking motherfucker. They made fun of that whole fucking thing. They even made fun of Stan Lee's cameos and shit. They're like, oh, it's Stan Lee. They're like, oh, this is DC. Oh, you're in Marvel. It's like,
won't be having any more of those.
Yeah, I know, dude. Dude's fucking. I know, dude. That's sad that he's dead, but it was like, dude, he's 95.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like. I think we all knew, like it was gonna happen sooner rather than later or whatever. So shit happens. So unfortunately,
celebrities dying is another reason I hate Facebook, though.
Yeah.
Why are you people of Facebook haven't seen this 30 times before you posted it?
I know. I gotta be the first one to post about it. Oh, fucking rest in peace, fucking. I don't know who the hell died this year.
No, a lot of people. I don't really care.
I don't really care for the most part.
I don't know them personally. I honestly don't care a whole lot.
Yeah.
People die. It's what we do.
It's what we do, bro. It's what we do, motherfucker. So, all right, man. I guess we can wrap this podcast up and shit.
Done already? It's been that long?
It's been just a little bit over an hour.
Oh.
So, fucking any plugs? Anything you got to plug on?
We're gonna have an album out soon.
Yeah.
Watch out for that.
Hell yeah. We'll have you on when that fucking shit drops though, dude. Hell yeah, Darrin Foglesong. All right, man. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Anyway.